We've all felt like our life is on pause at some point. Like no matter what we do, nothing seems to move forward. Every day blends into the next, and we're left wondering, how did I get here? We see people around us are winning.
This has got to be the best thing they've ever
leveling up their life.
We're doing some midnight shopping.
Making money and helping their parents financially.
You're taking it, bro.
And it makes us question, why am I still stuck? But we felt worse when deep down we know we're capable of more, that fire inside us is still there. We want more than just getting by. We want to rewrite our story, aren't we? We want to come back so strong that people around us won't believe what we've accomplished.
Hey, to all you kids out there, if you know you can do something bigger, go for it.
And a simple exercise you could do to decide your inputs is visualize yourself at the end of this season.
But I want to remind you something. No one is going to save you except you.
It requires a season of intensity, isolation, and obsession.
I'll help you build a plan to unleash the academic comeback of your life.
A man who hit rock bottom.
From the age of 19 to the age of 22, I gained 125 pounds. I didn't even want to look at myself. And I always knew in the back of my mind I could be something special, but I'm like, I ain't trying to do that kind of work.
But clawed his way back to greatness.
How was the heat for you?
I didn't even notice it.
Buffalo, New York, cold, brutal. And for David, life felt even colder. An abusive father.
My dad beat the shit out of me when I was growing up. He was a very insecure guy.
Bullied at school and no real hope of escaping. He thought he'd found his way out through the military. But life doesn't follow plans, and he failed the entrance exam twice. But when he finally scraped through, his body gave up. His health issues forced him to quit, and suddenly he was trapped in 300 pounds, working a dead-end job as an exterminator. But then, everything changed. As usual, one night as he sat on his couch.
And what changed, I came home and watched this Discovery Channel show, Class 224.
Watching a basic underwater demolition SEAL training class.
I'm hearing Navy SEAL. Heard about him, knew about him. So I come out and watch this documentary.
The most arduous series of tasks in the most physically demanding training in the military.
I was watching these guys going through Hell Week and carrying these boats and logs. I'm like, fuck that shit looks evil.
Something snapped inside him as he watched men sweat and suffer as they tore through muddy obstacle courses, ran on the soft sand holding logs overhead, and shivered in icy surf. He wasn't going to settle for this life anymore, so he set one insane goal.
And now I'm like, okay, here we go. It's time to be a Navy SEAL. Dude, I had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months.
Sounds impossible, right? But here's the thing.
To either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, knowing when I'm 50 years old I can reflect on this and think about what guy I never became, or I can totally just fail and fail and fail until I succeed.
And this wasn't some feel-good transformation story. David's journey, it was brutal. Every day was a battle.
It's designed to break a man. You're in the Pacific Ocean, which is never warm. You're all linked arms. You might get 2 hours of sleep. You're sitting there and the waves are crashing over you.
He wasn't just fighting to lose weight. He was fighting to kill the old version of himself. But Goggins didn't just survive SEAL training. He destroyed it. Ultra marathons.
David Goggins, you're a rookie here, first timer. Congratulations.
He attempts to break the Guinness World Record for the most pull-ups in a 24-hour period.
His life flipped from failure to legend. So how did he keep going when everyone else would have stopped? Let's break down the 3 secrets that I learned from David's story. Failure. It's not a question of if, but, or when. We all know what it feels like, whether it's in school, relationships, or trying to make money. But here's the thing that no one tells you. It's not failing that's the problem. The real problem is that most people never stop to ask themselves, why did I fail? Because, think about it, every time you've tried something and failed, did you stop to really figure out what went wrong? Or did you just move on, trying something new, hoping for a different result? Think of it like this. You're playing a game and you're up against a boss, and no matter what you do, you just can't beat it. You go to the arena, fight as hard as you can, but when it's come to destroy its soul, you can't destroy and kill it. And while it's getting frustrating, you thought, I need better gear, stronger weapons, therefore you spend hours upgrading. But when you go back to face the boss, you still can't beat it. Now here's kicker. It wasn't the gear or the weapons. It was your lack of knowledge. You were trying to solve the wrong problem. It's like you're suffering from fever. You just take painkiller for your headache. And life, it's the same. You fail because you're attacking the wrong enemy. You're stuck, not because you're not trying, but because you haven't figured out what's actually going wrong. How do you figure out what's really holding you back? Back to the game, by doing some research and watching some gameplays on YouTube, you've realized it wasn't about getting better weapons. You only need to press G in your keyboard to slay the soul of the boss. Now you might think how all of these related to my comeback. In life, you've got your own boss. It might be a goal you can't reach, money you can't make, or a future you're chasing it seems too far. And it all starts by analyzing why you failed. I mean, are you taking enough action, or are you procrastinate a lot? Did you even have the right goal in the first place? Wrong strategy? Sounds simple, right? But it's the step most people skip. Because what I believe is failure isn't about not being good enough. It's about not understanding the real problem and solve it as quickly as possible. David realized his body wasn't ready, but more importantly, his mind wasn't. When he worked on both, success followed. What's your real problem? Here's what I want you to do right now. Pause the video and set a timer for 10 minutes and think about your last failure and don't move on so quickly. Write down at least 5 reasons why you think it happened. Was it laziness, lack of planning, or were you simply chasing something you didn't even care about? Was it lack of discipline and focus? Or is it your daily habits that's holding you back? If it's your certain habits, then which habits influence over you most and stop you reaching your goals? It's the key to unlocking everything that comes next. Because the moment you stop guessing and start understanding your failures, you're miles ahead of 99% of people. But recognizing your failure isn't enough. Let's get real for a second. We all work hard every day. Yet, at the end of the day, most of us left with this nagging feeling that we're not moving forward and our life isn't changing the way it should. And it's frustrating, isn't it? But the uncomfortable truth is, it's not because you're not trying hard enough, it's you're trying to do too much. Most of us have been sold this lie that doing more means we'll get more done. Like most people wake up, tackle 15 different things, and by the end of the day, nothing's really changed. It just leaves you scattered, exhausted, and stuck in the same place. But do you know that the world's top performers, the ones making the most insane progress, aren't doing more than you? In fact, they're doing less. But what they are doing, they're doing with complete focus. This idea I personally learned from Hamza is that most people live their life in the macro circle, trying to manage everything at once. They're spread so thin that they barely move the needle on anything important. But the most successful people, they operate in the micro circle. They cut the noise. They focus on one core goal at a time consistently, and that's how they achieve so much more with their time. Greg McKeown calls this approach essentialism. He lays it out clearly. Achieving more means doing less. Think about it. David Goggins didn't waste time splitting his focus between 10 random goals. He had one goal to pass SEAL training. He went all in, and that made all the difference. Look, when you decide to focus on one thing, start cutting out the noise. You're no longer spread thin. You're going all in on what truly matters. And that's when things start to change. It's not about doing more. It's about doing less, but doing it with obsessive focus. So what's that one goal that, if you focused on it fully, would change everything for you? And to find this out, here's what you need to do. 1, write down your one goal, the one thing, your essential task that, if achieved, will have the biggest impact on your future, the one that will move 80% of your life forward. What can you go extreme on right now? Write it down. 2, cut out everything that doesn't help you get there for just 3 to 4 hours every day. 3, commit to it. Commit to total focusing on your one goal in that 3 to 4 hours, and commit to it not just for a week, not for a month, but until you see it through. But identifying your main goal and making a plan is easy part, but sticking to a plan isn't easy. So we need to ensure that you can stay on track and not burn out. And that brings us to our final secret. Most people fail not because they're lazy or unmotivated. It's because they're stuck in a system that makes failure feel inevitable. They set a goal, grind for a few weeks, hit a wall, and that's it. But what if there was a way to make the process of leveling up as addictive as a video game? Imagine every task you complete, every step you take toward your goal, feeding into a system that shows you exactly where you're headed. A game that keeps pushing you forward even when the journey gets tough. A system where every action you take earns you points, and every bad habit pushes you back to level 0. So inspired by this guy, I've designed this system in Notion, where every action you take towards your goal earns you XP. Each day becomes a level, each task a quest. But unlike in a game, the consequences are real. You either level up or you get sent back to level 0. So let's see the rules first. Rule number 1, slay the boss. Every morning, before you touch any high dopaminergic stuff like checking your phone, emails, or social media, or hopping on video game, you have to tackle the one critical task that moves you toward your ultimate goal for just 60 to 90 minutes of work cycle, followed by 15 to 20 minute break. Rule number 2, enter monk mode for 21 days. Think of this as your training arc, the time where you shut out distractions and dive deep into your mission. Just focus on completing your boss battle daily. 21 days of uninterrupted work. Each day in monk mode is a victory. Slip up, you're back to level 0. You could do anything as a reward after the completion of boss battle daily. Rule number 3, recharge strategically. After every 40 to 60 minutes of deep work, take a 10-minute break to recharge. But here's the twist. After 21 days in monk mode, take a full 46 days off. This isn't a regular break. It's your reward for staying focused. It's time to disconnect and detach from your work. Do whatever you want to do. Reflect and reset for your next phase. In main quest of this game, write down your big mission, your essential goal. And in punishment, if failed section, write down the consequences of failure. What happens if you don't level up? What does your life look like if you keep stalling, keep quitting, keep making excuses? Still broke? Still doubting yourself? Still in the same place a year from now? That future is what you're playing to avoid. And for the reward unlock section, do the opposite. Write down the consequences of success. In essential task, write down your daily non-negotiable quests, boss battles of the day, because this is where the game gets real. Every hard task you complete gets you closer to your comeback. Need to study for an hour? That's 5 XP. Hit the gym for 45 minutes? That's another 3 XP. The goal here is to push yourself just 1% beyond your comfort zone every day. Like a video game, the challenges get tougher, but the rewards, they're worth every struggle. The truth is, your comeback isn't just some distant possibility. It's a decision you make every single day. You either choose to level up or fall back into old habit. The choice is yours.